Okay. And that means, okay, we have now completed final preparations. Now, battle preparations. Okay. Let's see. So, I mean, we could actually now try talking to Triss, see if she'll actually allow us to do stuff with the figurine now that we have sort of concluded at least what we were doing there. And we also, well, let's read what battle preparations is about. Meet Avlok at the ship. Thanks to Triss and Yennefer's hard work, Ciri's team of defenders now had 2 more outstanding sorceresses in their ranks, and the prospect of gaining yet another. You mean Avlok? Who is this other you're referring to? With this, our heroes were ready to face the Wild Hunt, but to bring Aroden to their world and cut off his escape route, they also needed an elven artifact known as the Sunstone. The team set out for Skellige to finish their final task before their final battle. It's a lot of the word final there, you know? Take the hint. But, let's try. Talking to Triss here. Where'd she go? This was Triss's room, was it not? Triss! I thought we had a deal. I'll give you this broken rake. Yeah, this is the room that I thought she was in. One over. No Triss. She may still be somewhere in this building. Not entirely sure. But she's not in what was previously her room. So that does not bode well. Again, I mean, probably can't do this quest, but if it is possible, then of course I'd like to make it happen. But, what if we go back up to this room? We actually chat with Philippa and, Margarita? I'm curious if that's possible. Was this not the room they were just in? Where did they go? Where are they? What? Huh? They just disappeared. I mean, they are sorceresses, so you know, it is theoretically something that they can do. You know, create one of those portals that we've seen them do on occasion. Be on their way out, but would have been interesting to have the chance to talk more to Philippa and Margarita. Let's see, anyone else in here that we would like to catch up with along those lines? Don't think so. Don't think so, other than Dandelion, but I think we've already chatted as much as we can with you. Yeah. Sorry, that's about all there is, Dandelion. Okay, so, and now Sultan's up there. Sultan's part of the band! Alright, well done, Sultan. Okay, so, we're heading over back to Skellige. Is there anything else that we want to do before that happens? I mean, like I said, there was the thing with Triss. Just curious if anything is going to come of this. Almost feels like if we were to stick around here, then this would give us information about some kind of quest, but maybe not. Okay, so can we just take a quick look here? I mean, we did, of course, deliberately explore as many of the unexplored areas that we could a little while ago. I think for the most part we have succeeded in doing just that, so there shouldn't really be anything left here other than the stuff in the northeast where the DLC territory is. Yeah, I think we just head over. Oh, we're actually meeting him in Novigrad to take a ship to Skellige. You know, never mind the fact that we could fast travel there. That's beside the point. Okay. So are we actually at this fast travel spot? We may have been, but many a time I've stood next to a fast travel spot and not actually clicked on it and instead just opened up our map. So let's travel here. Okay, and at least in theory, yeah, Avaloc is quite close to where we currently are. Not gonna lie, the way you were lying down there and the angle that we had really looked like you were a merman. And then your name also made me think, like, maybe? What is possible? Ah, okay.
Wild hunt, and the Emperor will grant you amnesty.
I hope we can trust you.
You can.
What of Fringilla?
Frangilla
That I
Vigo.
don't know,
Oh no, don't speak
But
the
I
name.
shall take it up with him.
You barely said hello and you're already plotting something.
It's clearly in our nature.
That much is certainly true. Sounds like you've secured them amnesty from the king. Is that, or from the emperor, I should say. Is that actually true? Are they actually going to be forgiven for, you know, trying to overthrow all these kingdoms? Well, then again, that was kind of under the emperor's direction. If anything, if there is anyone who would support the mages, it would be Amir. Not Radovid, but Amir. So, you know, curious.
I hear right. You convinced the Emperor to pardon them?
Provided they help us defend Ciri.
Got a
Okay.
hard time believing Emperor would go in for a deal like that.
If you
Yeah.
can't believe it, don't. I don't need you to.
Alright, fine, if you insist. What is this about Frangilla Vigo, our least favorite sorceress?
Bit about Frangilla. What was that? Triss told me you couldn't contact her.
Perhaps because she sits in the Emperor's dungeon, chained in Dimeritium.
Oh,
At least that's what Rita implied.
okay then. How would Rita know that? Or the Emperor hide that from me? I mean, both these things?
How's Rita know? Barely got out of prison herself.
She spoke to Fringilla before they imprisoned her. Fringilla said that the Emperor had summoned her, and she'd explained why after the meeting. No one's heard from her since.
Thought this kind of drama only happened around Radovid.
I don't like it. That was not our deal. When it's all over, I'll need to have a candid discussion with the Emperor.
Yeah, you know, in case it wasn't clear, he's not really
They're all
one
waiting
to
for us.
follow up on those types of deals. He's very much one to double-cross people. Kind of like you and the sorceresses, to be honest. Alright, can we chat with Philippa?
Well,
Oh,
what is it?
No
we
need
can.
to thank me, Philippa. Always glad to save your ass. You're welcome.
You stood to gain. That is why you saved me.
I mean, still saved you. Do you really want to kill Dijkstra, though?
Way back when, did you really send assassins after Dijkstra?
You believe I do not remember we were once lovers?
That's
Maybe
not
it's
really
just
an
me,
answer.
But I think you'd consider that in itself to be reason enough. Actually, I've long wondered why you parted. Quarreled even.
You see, Geralt, there are those who keep politics separate from their private lives, and those who do not.
Which one was Dijkstra?
The more boring of the two.
What does that even mean? Does that mean those that don't? Those who just non-stop blather on and on about politics? Maybe. Alright, but it sounds like that's all we can do to chat with Philippa. I'd like to get the chance to talk to Margarita, because we have barely talked to her at all. Is she here? It's Triss. We chat with you?
Yes, Geralt?
About the item? No, this is back to the usual stuffs.
So long, Triss.
Everything not including that figurine. But we have a bunch of people here. In fact, yeah, Alblock is the one that we technically need to talk to advance the quest. But I'd like to chat with other people first if I can.
Geralt?
Okay, we've discussed all that
Thanks, Yen.
with Yen.
See you later.
But yeah, Margarita we absolutely have not talked to yet. So we can do that. Yeah, let's
How am I
try.
feeling?
Better. I thank you.
You don't really look
If you
much
not
better,
arrive
to
in
tell you
time.
the truth.
Things might have ended considerably worse. I am your debtor.
Thank Yennefer.
Is that so?
your idea.
You don't say. Geralt will remember this. Okay, so how did the witch hunters get you in the first place?
Thought Margarita Loantil would be among the last to get nabbed by witch hunters.
Were it dependent solely on me, of course I would have. But you forget I had my students to consider.
Okay.
I knew the hunters would eventually reach Aretusa. It was but a matter of time. So when I heard Triss was organizing escapes to Kavir, I saw no reason to hesitate. I gathered my novices and we rode here to Novigrad. Sadly, we were caught and thrown in Dayra before I could contact Triss.
Didn't see any other sorceresses in there with you?
Because they'd already been executed. Burned. Alive.
Oh.
One after the other.
Yeah.
The most talented girls in the north.
Glad we asked.
Radovid was saving me for last.
I see. That's, yeah, splendid times we're living in here. Aretusa, the school, which, from, I think what we've heard here, we can gather is basically where they train sorceresses. Now, was that basically just purely a way to get people prepared for the Lodge of Sorceresses, or were there more benign sorceresses who would just kind of, you know, go about doing their peaceful sorceress business after graduating from the school? Because if they all were immediately getting involved in politics and trying to slay kings, then, you know, I'd have to imagine the reputation of the school would pretty quickly get pretty bad, to the point where, you know, there'd probably be some people looking to get that thing shut down. Not even including those witch hunters. You know, the general public, even.
If you're here, what's become of Aretusa?
The day I arrived in Novigrad, I received a message from Beruta Ikati.
Who's that?
A short, curt note. School overrun by Redanians. The libraries burn. Handful of pupils fled with Nina Vivero. The rest are dead. It is over.
Okay.
No reaction from the council? The conclave?
Do you jest? They asked Radovid to intervene, just after he'd appointed them.
Okay. Glad to hear that things went well with you and your students. Okay, so I think in that case, we have spoken to just about everyone there is to speak to here. Hold on.
Got a minute?
Of course.
Oh, Siri. Right. You were here too. I knew that. Except we don't actually have anything to talk to you about. And also, I was totally just trying to loot that stuff and not actually initiate a conversation with you. Sorry. So long.
Go.
All right. We'll talk later.
I should go. Okay, and now I think we're ready, unless... Oh, for a second, the way the light was hitting that, I thought that was a chest for us to loot. No, not this time, not this time. Okay, again, I think probably worth saving before we start going off on this venture here, because, well, as we were saying before, the words final are certainly popping up a lot.
All are present. You were the last to arrive. Might we set sail?
Sorry, no, we need a minute. Nah, we're good, we're good.
Anchors away.
The red sun rises. Okay, so, of course, the previous time we tried to sail to Skellige, we ran into raiders. Took out our ship. No idea if that's gonna happen this time. Hey! And they say witchers don't have emotions. Uh-oh. What's that? Or who is that? And what are you doing? The Raven? I thought you said you didn't do the Raven thing anymore. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Well, that settles the question of His Imperial Majesty's whereabouts.
Okay.
Does he aim to conquer Skellige? But he knows. Those are my friends.
He wishes to grant you the Isles, with Sintra and the rest of the Empire.
Oh.
There is an upside to all this.
You get all of Skellige.
The
Apparently.
Emperor will have to help us fight the Hunt. And we've just found Fringilla Vigo.
What? Is that Fringilla on the shoreline? So those are Nilfgaardian ships? At first I thought those were Wild Hunt boats. But we did hear that Nilfgaard was looking to attack Skellige, so I
We
mean,
must
that's
hurry
not
and find the
a
Sunstone.
big surprise.
Seems we've plenty to do in Skellige after that.
Fringilla Vigo. We need her here.
Do we, though? I mean, like, I know we make a big fuss over her, but I feel like, from what I've heard, when all's said and done, she's actually not that special. Like, they say she's one of the most powerful people around, but then, like, you know, whenever I think of her, I just think of the number 6, and not much else. Can't say why. Can you teleport me onto the Emperor's ship? I'm not sure that's a great idea. Maybe we lead off with the Sunstone? Actually, it's an interesting question. So do we prioritize the Sunstone, which is focusing on fending off the Wild Hunt, or do we focus on going to the Emperor's ship to try to negotiate with Nilfgaard to slow down Nilfgaard? Who are we more concerned about, Nilfgaard or the Wild Hunt? I mean, I'd like to say the Wild Hunt, but crazy enough, could make a pretty strong case that the answer might even be Nilfgaard. Then again, that even if that is the case, the chances of us having a successful conversation with the Emperor are not very high. The chances of us being able to find the Sunstone, probably a little bit higher. Now, are we actually committing in full to these things now? Don't know, but let's go with the Sunstone here.
What the Sunstone is.
It was created so the mountain elves could summon the vessels of the ML. Now it merely serves as a symbol of a lost opportunity to unite the two tribes. Truly? Can all of you be unfamiliar with the story of Gelban and Dillion of the White Fleet?
Yeah. Hate to break it to you. We are. I love Elven legends. Let's hear it.
Dallas, please. I absolutely love elven legends.
Gelban was a sage of the
He actually didn't sound completely sarcastic
He
there.
fell in love with an Enshe elf, Dillion. Yet she spurned him.
That was a jest on Geralt's part.
Too late. It won't hurt any of you to know this. On the day the White Fleet was to set sail, Gelban gave Dillion a gift. The Sunstone. He believed Dillion's heart would soften in time. Once her longing for him burgeoned, she was to use the Sunstone. Though worlds away, he would return for her.
Sounds promising. Let's just hope this Sunstone proves more useful to us than it did to that elf woman.
Okay, but how do we actually use that Sunstone?
What I want to know is if we'll be able to use the Sunstone.
You?
Or if,
No.
for that matter.
Me? Naturally. With a
How
touch
did
of
I
help from
know?
the sorceresses.
Of whom some are below deck vomiting, while others remain unreachable.
That's interesting. I am kind of curious who's getting seasick here. I mean, I'd guess maybe Margarita, because she's still kind of sort of recovering from after being locked up. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Are we positive that the Sunstone is here, though? That's kind of important.
The Sunstone's in Skellige? How do we know that?
From legends. Elven ones. It lies where the White Fleet landed centuries ago.
Meaning anywhere on any one of the isles.
Oh.
Splendid.
Ermion.
Splendid.
I'll
Yeah.
talk to him.
Oh, okay. Maybe you
Know
can
where
help
he
us?
is.
I'll ask around the port. Croc's longships are moored there.
Okay. So that's the Sunstone side. We can still ask to get teleported to the Emperor's ship. I have mixed feelings about this. But let's give it a shot.
Can you teleport me onto Amir's ship?
Not a chance.
Right.
It's better shielded than the Emperor's alcove.
Though we could try to force our way through.
We need Fringilla in one piece.
Okay. They know we're here? Question mark?
Think they know we're here?
Emir's mages, of course.
If the matter of Fringilla Vigo were resolved, they'd probably just send her over here in a skiff.
It's far from resolved. The Emperor pledged to ensure the Lodge's safety, but
But...
Fringilla's a pricklier matter. She's his subject, one officially sentenced to death for treason.
Oh.
you'll need to learn what Emir has planned for her, once we've found a way to toss you over to the Imperial flagship.
Yeah, I don't love the way you say toss over. Does make me a little bit concerned, but okay. noted, we need to get more information on what Emir's plans are for Frangilla Vigo. Because she was, it sounds like, technically his advisor. Much like Chris was once upon a time for Foltest, as was Kira. Well, I thought Yennefer was for Emir. Maybe, well, Yennefer was missing. Frangilla Vigo basically filled in for her? I don't know.
I'll get on the Emperor's ship myself.
Plan to swim? With swords on your back?
Been there, done that.
Like a sitting duck before you can say the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Don't panic. He'll find a way. Make your approach by night. You'll stand a better chance then. And once you're on board,
Yeah.
show His Imperial Majesty this letter. Hand it to him directly. We should remind him what he promised, and what he'll get in return.
Yeah, but you know, you're kind of forgetting about the whole part where we can't exactly just waltz on up to the Emperor. Sure, you say just, yeah, no big deal, just hand it to the Emperor. Like, he has guards, okay? It's not that simple. But alright, we're off.
I'm off.
Good luck.
Okay. Let's see what the letter says. Your Imperial Majesty, allow me to remind you, and this is from Yennefer to Emir, allow me to remind you that our arrangement encompassed all the sorceresses wishing to take part in the risky endeavor whose success is so vital to us. I find it hard to believe that in the current situation, when I have already succeeded in gathering so many members of the Lodge, you would refuse to allow Frangilla Vigo to join our company. I understand there are personal factors that may make you reluctant to part with your subject, but I assure you, our interests are aligned in those matters as well. I promise that I will uphold the conditions of our arrangement, despite the fact that they will demand sacrifices of me and will leave me in an unfortunate situation. I therefore request, politely yet with great insistence, that you release Frangilla. With all due respect, Yennefer. Okay. Now we have to ask Croc where Ermion is. Oh dear. Fine. Then he Vigo. Alright, that's clever. I came, I saw, I Frangilla Vigo'd.
Count your father out just because he's the world's richest.
But let's see. We have several avenues, it seems, that we can pursue here. For the Sunstone, we can ask Croc where Ermion is. Geralt knew he could only defeat Eredin with the help of mages and on his own terms. Since the King of the Wild Hunt was traveling on the Naglfar, a spectral vessel known from Skellige legend, somewhere between worlds, our heroes had to summon him back and somehow cut off his escape route. Such a feat could only be performed by a group of mages acting in concert and aided by a legendary elven artifact, the Sunstone. Okay, so the idea is basically trap Eredin here so that he can't escape, and cutting him off from reinforcements that, well, at least we negotiated, I believe, to make that happen so that he won't have his friends. That's at least on one angle. But in order to get as many powerful sorceresses as we can, we'd like to get Frangilla Vigo from the Emperor, which means we need to sneak onto his ship under the cover of darkness. As an attentive reader, you surely remember that the Wild Hunt could only be defeated with help of powerful magic, and for this reason Geralt had recruited the most powerful sorceresses in the world, both those he liked and those he utterly detested, to join his cause. When a chance arose to add Frangilla Vigo to the roster, Geralt shrugged his shoulders and said, I don't know, she's kinda average. Geralt seized it without a moment's hesitation and went straight away to the Emperor's ship, where the dark-haired sorceress was being held. Okay? Sure. It does, I mean, it may not actually matter what order we do these two things in, but it feels like maybe it makes a little bit more sense to get the sorceress who uses the Sunstone before we get the Sunstone. So, yeah, I think we do this first. may not matter, but let's see. So we are on the shore, Tertrolda, right now. We're like basically at the harbor, it seems. Where is the the Emperor's what? Way out here? Wow. Yeah, that's a lot farther than I thought it was. I kind of thought they were just like, oh, they're around the corner, like over here or something. And so that's partially why when I saw Geralt asking, like, do you think they've seen us yet? Do they know we're here? I was kind of like, well, I mean, let's be honest, like, we're not that far away. They probably have. But if they're that far back, then okay. Point taken. They may not know. Well, outside of the mages, like Yen and Triss were saying. But yeah, that also means that swimming, I mean, we had some practice. We did have some practice. Swimming to Unvik as well. Oh my goodness. We have prepared for this very moment. It was meant to be. Then again, there's probably a better way to do that than swim. I mean, they jokingly said, what are you going to do, swim? But, I mean, can we actually take a boat over there at night? I'm not sure. I don't know. Does it actually say? Let's see. This says, this includes both. Oh no, battle preparations includes both find the Sunstone and pick up Friendship of Ego. Whereas these ones are specific. Yeah. So I have questions as to how we actually make this happen.
Actually,
Hold on.
of all people, I believe you can trust him. Perhaps you even should.
What about the dictatorial rotter part?
Something to get used to.
Missed the very beginning, but basically that seemed like that was Yennefer trying to convince the other sorceresses. Yeah, at least to a certain extent you can trust Amir. Really half decent stuff here. Anything else kind of like that? Hello, sailor dude, who we apparently entrusted to get us to Skellige. But you did a better job than the previous guy that we hired. So, gotta give you at least that.
Except for the two of us in Ciri. Geralt has slept with every woman on this ship.
Don't worry, it's only a matter of time in your case.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, ladies? Don't mind us, just picking up some books. Oh, sorry, were you chatting? Don't mind us. We'll be on our way here. Anything new we can chat to you about? Probably not.
Farewell.
My guess is this is the same stuff as before, right? Wait, how do we leave? And it's the same deal with Margarita, who left that room, but has now disappeared. Actually, can we talk to Avallac'h now?
Yes, Geralt?
We can. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Alright, we've been wondering this for a while, and we have some tangential information, but can you give us a straight answer? Why are you helping Ciri?
You imprisoned Ciri the first time you met her. Now you protect her while fighting against your own kind. Quite an about-face.
First of all, I did not imprison her. She found me. It was her destiny.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Get to the second of all. Why are you helping her?
Because she is a danger. A mortal one. You look at her and see a human, a ward, a daughter even. I look and see the Elder Blood. A power that can destroy the world. A power that must be kept from Eredin's power-addled hands at all costs. Admittedly, our motives differ. Yet in spite of that, we share a goal. So you would be wise to trust me. Or at least try.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of still the same reason that we knew of before. Still don't think he's given us all the details. Still think he's withholding something. He's clearly got some secrets. You know, he and Eredin have a history with one another. We don't really know what exactly it is, other than just that they clearly don't seem to like each other. But I have a feeling that's going to be part of the twist at the end, if you will, when we do ultimately find out what it is that Avallac'h's been holding back. Alright, Caranthir is one of the other prominent members of the Wild Hunt, the one that helps with navigation and whatnot, but we don't know quite as much about them.
Tell me something more about Caranthir. Know him well?
Know him? I reared him.
Raised, don't you mean?
No, Geralt. I began shaping him long before he was born.
What?
For centuries, I brought together pairs of elves manifesting certain abilities, those able to manipulate time and space. He is the result of these efforts. Caranthir, a golden child.
Oh,
Golden child who grew up to be a criminal.
great. Looks like that went out just as he planned. Let's see. Sure, I mean, we did get to see Elf.
Could easily fall in love with the place. Tell me, how do you do it? Sit around playing flute, painting rutting unicorns and gorgeous landscapes, building ornately sculpted towers? And then you murder us, without batting an eye, without a hint of guilt. How?
Do you humans feel guilt when you murder Enshe elves? Or dwarves? Or dryads? We are the same. Simply because we both firmly believe others are inferior.
Alright. I guess it's a fair point. Still, I would certainly argue that you're going perhaps a bit further. Yes, the humans have come close to completely eradicating the elves. And dwarves, to a certain extent. But at the same time, they didn't travel across time and space to proactively seek them out. That feels like that's a step or two beyond what the humans are doing. Ciri may not need your help for much longer. I don't know.
Look of things, pretty
What do you
soon
think?
Ciri won't need your help anymore.
Nor yours.
True. She'll do whatever she wants, and I'll support her. What about you? Ready to let her live her own life?
I shan't force her to do anything if that's your question.
Not sure I believe you, but okay. Then Margarita, I mean, we've talked to her a little bit, but are you kind of helping to oversee her recovery?
Margarita any better?
I managed to accelerate tissue regeneration. She's feeling much better. In fact, we
Okay.
must bring Eredin here as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'm afraid these sorceresses of yours will start fighting amongst themselves.
You're probably right. Also, speaking of regeneration, you've recovered quite well from undergoing the Trial of the Grasses, I must say. There don't really appear to be any lingering effects.
So long.
Okay. So... I think... I'm curious to see where our quest marker actually takes us here. It says we should go down onto this platform. And even for sneaking over to find the Emperor? Where are you taking us? Because, like I said, are we actually supposed to swim? I have some doubts about that.
I'll be a priestess when I grow up. Don't want no stink.
Do we just casually fast travel over to Unvik and significantly reduce the amount of time it'll take to do those travels? There were not druids here previously, were there? I don't think so.
Watch your strut.
To what extent have things changed in Skellige? Jorg is still here. Oh, they were making these ships before. And they were just starting, but now they're actually close to ready, at least in some cases. Right? These were nowhere near this far along before. I don't think. That's cool. But, yeah, like where... Oh, didn't... Geralt said that he was thinking he might be able to talk to Krog and get some special inside information / preferential treatment, which might help them get over to the Emperor? Where's this trying to take us right now? Oh no. Are you actually telling me you are trying to get us to walk to the middle of the ocean? What? Surely not. We do at the very least have a sword to return to Krog, so I think while we're over here we might as well do that. I think we can hopefully probably do that now. So then if he has additional information to give us, great. If not, then we'll just return the sword and be on our way.
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? I don't know. Now, is there anything new that we can do in Skellige? Is perhaps a different question. Sure, things may look different, but does that change anything else? Anyone new to talk to, or quests that they particularly want us to do here? I mean, it's getting late, of course. We have some pretty big things to attend to, but, I mean, hasn't stopped us before. And what is the best way up to the actual place where we'll find... Well, I mean, probably would have been fast travel, right? That probably would have been the best way. Let's not kid ourselves here. But, perhaps, we wait one eternity for the... No! Wrong direction. The elevator. Hold on. Is that still... That's still going up. That is, that's still going up. I did hit the button again, or pull the lever again. Are you gonna come back down? Hello? Technology, am I right? Am I right, guys? You can never trust it. You just never can. Is it coming back down? Maybe? Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, no. Here it is. It's coming down. Alright. We'll give it a shot, then. I think we've flipped the switch, or pulled the lever, several times before. We never actually rode the elevator. We need to hop on quickly before it starts doing that. Like, how do you actually get on this thing? Like, how do you actually make that happen? Is it actually possible? Because it feels like it isn't. I knew that we had to run over and jump on as quickly as possible, and did that, and still couldn't make it happen. So, I don't know. Anyways, in that case, we'll just fast travel. Whoop. Have a nice day. We'll just fast travel over to Croc and hope that he hasn't lost the lower 20% of his body. And I don't really think, like, we don't need to sell anything here. We've already gotten rid of all the things that we're looking to sell. We've already stashed stuff that we're looking to stash, so should be good with all that. So I think we're basically just making it straight over to Croc in that case. And we might find his children as well. We might find Hjalmar. We might find Ceres. Ceres, of course, is now the ruler. Talked to her once after she did become queen. So we may not have much new to speak to her about, but at the same time, they are, well, about to fight Skellige. I mean, they do already know that. Don't know to what extent we can give them more information that might help them with that, but... isn't there also a armor bench here? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, yes, it's there. Okay. So... let's head on over. And I assume we can just return Croc's sword. We still have it, right? I know we haven't sold it or anything. It's mostly just a question of is it still in our stash? Yeah, we have it here. Oh, this is the wrong way. This way. Okay. So, Druid's in here as well. Yeah, we're gonna see additional preparations happening here too.
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Potentially. Yeah, there's so many druids. Wow. You know, you'd think they'd have all their soldiers, all their warriors gathering around here, but it's... if anything, it feels like they've been recruiting all of the druids instead. This was usually where we would find Croc, but... not here? Huh? Okay. That's locked. Then we would typically find, what? Dalmer and Ceres were actually...
Can you swing an axe?
They're on a different floor, right? They were a little bit higher up. Get exactly how we get there, though. I wonder if maybe they're all talking together? Is it down... That's the way we came in. Is it over in this direction? Must be, right?
Priestess is a terrible cross.
Yeah.
You and the
So, is everyone up? Oh, no. Was Croc up here as well?
Her who is virgin, mother, and
He
queen.
might have been. Are you gonna let us chat with Ceres? Still here? He's
A
chilling.
minute.
Okay, so nothing new to talk to you about, though, unfortunately.
Well,
We are mostly looking for your father.
Respect, Witcher.
And this is Hjalmar. He'd help us out at, Garamorn. Oh, he's drunk
Ah, Geralt.
or something.
How are things?
Just like chilling over here. How are things with Ceres, I guess? Apparently we didn't ask you about this before for some reason.
you and Ceres getting along?
Ah, as ever. Daggers drawn and at loggerheads. Must look something nasty from the side. But all in all, I love my sis.
So her becoming queen of all Skellige, it's changed nothing?
Tried to give me one or two orders. But I do believe she's done with that now.
Interesting.
Farewell, Uncrate.
It's like, yeah, you know, maybe not the best idea after all to try to order your brother around. He is still your brother.
last night was.
Yeah, like, Ceres is in there. Hjalmar is in there. And then this is the way we came up. Yeah. Where's Croc? Where'd he go? I feel like somebody mentioned, like Garrett might have mentioned where he was going in that conversation earlier with the sorceresses. But, well, we didn't exactly, there wasn't any quest marker or anything like that, so basically, I mean, if we have to quite literally swim across the entire seas of Skellige just to sneak onto that boat, we'll do it. I will do it. Believe me when I say I will do it, because we have already done precisely that before. The question is, do we have to? Because I feel like the game wouldn't make us do that. That feels strange that they would. So, like, do we just fast travel to Unvik and then swim from here at night? Because that's much more doable. So maybe that's the course of action we take, but then again, like, I thought maybe at some point we would actually converse with Croc. Was he in the... Let's just take a quick look in the main harbor. Just in case I was being super silly and he was, like, right next to our boat and I completely ignored him. Because I feel like there's a chance that happened. I would not put that past me to accidentally do that. It's like over here. Take a quick look. Signs of dude who is wearing red is basically the question. Not here. What about closer to our boat? Here. Also no.
Hey there. Come take a gander.
Oh, is that just the merchant? Okay. Got some people wearing the Uncrate red, but what about Croc himself?
You know you can't refuse it, Castle.
That's Hjalmar as well.
Once we were on shore, I said,
His voice, at least. Yeah, see, like, no signs of him anywhere here. So, I guess we're fast traveling to Unvik. Because if we're following the quest marker, then it's gonna have us walk the entirety of Ardskellig over to, I don't even know, like, down here and then swim over? Something ridiculous, it seems. I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense.
right?